Have you ever lost connection while you were in the middle of doing something on your gadget or your PC? Did you freak out that minute where it said connection lost? Isn't it the worst thing when you lose connection, whether it's Wi-Fi or signal or no electricity or your apps are not working? Staying connected is as basic as our food, shelter, and clothing these days. We can't live without being connected. And today's gospel admonishes us to stay connected. This gospel reading can be taken in the context of Jesus saying, "I am the vine and you are the branches. Remain in me and you will bear much fruit." The message here is to remain in His love. In fact, the word remain is mentioned 4 times in the gospel. In other words, stay connected. Connected to what? Connected to His love. How? The gospel says, "Do as I command." But what is His command? His command is to love. The system requirement here is love. The psalm and the second reading echoes this. It is the saving power of God. Whoever does not love does not know God, because God is love. Jesus goes further to describe the kind of love that we are to share with one another. There is no greater love than this, than to lay down your life for your friend. But what does this laying down your life mean for us today? Maybe it would be easier to ask ourselves, what is it in my life that I need to lay down or to give up or to let go for a friend? The first reading, taken from the Acts of the Apostle, reveals what Peter had to lay down for his friends. The exclusivity of being saved, which they thought was open only to Jews. Peter, in that reading, says, God shows no partiality. And so the Holy Spirit came down also on the Gentiles. It's not up to us or our notion of what is acceptable. Who are we to judge who God will accept? This reminds me of what Pope Francis said recently. Goodwill. If a person is gay and seeks the Lord and has goodwill, who am I to judge? This has led many to put to death the idea that God belongs only to man and woman and nothing in between. Just look at the horrible things happening around us simply because we cannot tolerate or respect our differences. We disconnect to the point of hating people with a different religion, a different race, a different gender, or social class simply because they're not like us. Our conclusions about each other have formed biases and prejudices that disconnect us. Look at how this culture of indifference, hate, and violence is affecting our world. In this age of connectivity, our disconnects are highlighted. Let me add here our disconnectedness with nature, destroying, abusing, exploiting the earth. So, you want to see the saving power of God in all this? Do you want to stay connected to His love? There's no greater love than this, than to lay down our paradigms, our need to be right, our ideals of good or bad for one another. Let us let go of our exclusive ideologies. Put to death our idea of who or what is acceptable. Give up our need to control. Lay down our judgments of one another. Simply love, and your joy will be complete.